Hi, creative friends. This is Sreya, and thank you so much for being here. So, I am simply loving these little cardboard books. They're children's repurposed books that I picked up from the thrift store for like 50 cents to a dollar. And I did a flip through of this one over here a week ago. And today I'm going to do a flip through of this book over here. And it's unfinished. And I'm going to work on the cover in this video, but first I just wanted to show you what I've been doing. So some of the pages I really love, like I'm absolutely loving this color scheme. I just love all the pinks and oranges because I tend to gravitate towards the hotter and hottest colors. And I'm just really digging this page over here. And this has a ton of layers. I just built it up over the past few months. And anytime I had 10 minutes or half an hour or 45 minutes, it actually works really well because what I do is, if I only have a half an hour, I'll say, okay, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to lay down all this collage. And so I work really quickly and then I go and do whatever I need to do. And then I come back and now everything has dried. And then I can add a layer of paint and I can work in this way. So that's what I've been doing with this particular book. And over here, I was experimenting with a green. And I really do love this canary green. And so this is a little bit different than the color scheme I'm normally, used to and really love, but I still love this as well. So this is just all about, experimenting, seeing what I like, seeing what I don't like. And I had some leftover scrapbooking cards because I was making a little kind of a journal. And so I just kind of decided to put these little pieces in here. And I'm really loving the way they kind of add so much interest and beauty and even the little patterns and colors and values. I'm really loving that. Now over here I added some Posca markers and dictionary pages. And this is my Liquitex Burnt Sienna. It's transparent and it's an acrylic ink. And I use this to age a lot of pieces of my page. And one of the great things about these children's cardboard books is it can handle a ton of layers. And it's not going to buckle. It's not, they're not going to tear or anything. They're really sturdy. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on the cover. I was working on it a little bit. I kind of sketched in my faces, but I think I'm just going to kind of, let me see here. I think I'm just going to start sketching in the facial features here. And I don't have a name for this journal yet. I'm going to work on it. And what happens with my names is sometimes I know before I even begin the journal, I know what I want to call the book, my little journal, but sometimes I don't know and I'm going to work on it. And I am just going to trust that the name is just going to come to me when it's going to come to me. And it's going to be like just the perfect name for this little journal. And I think I let's see here. I mean, I would like to make big hair, but I don't know if I can. I don't have a lot of space, so I don't know if I can do that. And let's see here. So I want this figure over here to be looking directly out, but I want this figure here, I want her to be looking at this figure. And I don't know, I just kind of feel like that's what needs to happen. And that's just a good way to connect the two figures and to bring a sense of kind of curiosity and intrigue, to just make the eyes kind of like looking this way. And you know, because this is my cardboard book and I can add so many layers, like this may be the way it turns out, or you know, I might cover the whole thing up at some point and then just rework it. So I never know what's going to happen. And that's like part of the fun of mixed media that I really love. Like I just really have no idea like what's going to happen. And I was asked to show some of my earlier works because I do talk about it a lot, like it was so stilted. So I am gonna I will include that in one of my next videos. Is I will just kind of like pull out some of my earlier works to show how stilted it was. And um, I used to be like really embarrassed about it, and I really used to not like it. But as I get more and more along in my art journey, and as I heal more and more, I realized that, you know, I had to be where I was, that like everything happened in the exactly the way it was supposed to be, if that makes sense. And so instead of wishing, like looking back on my earlier work and wishing I was somewhere different, I now am learning how to embrace where I was, because that was the only way I could get to where I am right now and have an appreciation for the looseness of what I want to create now. And it's a process, like everything in life. It's not like an all or nothing proposition. So I hope I'm making sense with what I'm saying. So I'm just kind of like, you know, kind of sketching in her hair a little bit here. Although I think I want to go with a darker color, but for right now, I'm just going to kind of lay this brown down. And I think over here, I think I want to go with like a really wild orange. So, um, I think what I need is, well, the first thing I need is a bigger desk because my desk is shrinking. I swear, I, I keep on like decluttering and then I just get more and more stuff. So I'm gonna use some collage over here. And let's see. Okay. Because I think I want the background to be a blue. And then I want this to be an orange here. And that's one of my favorite color combos, is a blue and orange. I just absolutely love that. So I'm going to lay that down for right now. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to work on the background here and add some of this blue. And this is a Dick Blick blue, and it is, I think it's a deep blue, and I really love it. So I'm just going to kind of like make my background, and I'm probably going to have to put quite a few layers because I do want the figures to stand out. And I am going to bring some of this blue into the hair. And And now let's see if I can add some of the orange here. This is probably going to require a few coats. So I'm going to let that dry. And I'm going to bring some of that orange into the face here. And there we go. And I think what I want to do with this little piece of the dress here is maybe add like just a little bit of this chalk paint here. So basically, I want this to read as one color, which is like a creamish color, but I still want the like the dots over here, and I want some of this collage to show through. So basically, that's a trick I learned a long time ago. Is I'm going to bring this up closer here. So if you can see, I just added a little bit of the chalk paint there. And when somebody, like if you look at this dress over here, it's going to read as one color, even though there's some collage here that's musical notes. And then there's another piece of collage over here that has these circles on it. But, you know, when you look at it, it's going to read as just one color. And that adds a lot of interest and dimension and sometimes texture to your work. And I love using that technique. So I'm going to bring some of that blue over there. And I think what I'm going to do is just work on the face a little bit, but I don't want this to get like too messy because I really need this to dry. So what I'm going to do is just, let me see here. I'm just gonna kind of like add a little bit of dimension to her face here. And like I said, because this is a cardboard book and I can add like a gazillion layers, I might go in later and, you know, just cover up the face and like start over. Like, I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but for right now, I think I am going to just add some kind of modeling to the face here. And a little goes a long way with this Liquitex ink. Well, with all of their inks, really, with all of the inks, because they're so concentrated. And you guys, I was told that when you guys click on my links for my art supplies, that there was a problem with it and it's going to a like an error page. So I have been having some issues with it and I'm trying to figure it out. So hopefully within the next week, you know, 7 to 10 days, I will get that figured out. And I'm sorry because I know that can be really frustrating. So I will try to get that sorted out. So then that way, you know, if you guys were interested in, say, like this particular ink that I'm using or whatever, you guys can just click on that and get to where you need to go. Okay. And I think what I want to do is lay down some of my ink chalk paint, which is like a Payne's gray, just to give some dimension to the hair here. And obviously this looks like a big mess because it is really, first of all, it's very wet. And the second thing is, you know, this is like my, this is probably a maybe third layer here. So it does look a bit messy, which is, part of the process. So. Okay, you guys, well, this was short and sweet, but I did work a little bit on the cover and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Oh, and because it's like, the start of the new year, one of my wishes that I have for myself and for this community and for all of us really is just to have a really peaceful, creative, new year full of wonderful, unexpected, delightful surprises. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you in my next video. Bye.